Hi everyone. This video is especially for SSC and HSSC level to make them realize that if there is any sort of question given to you, what they exactly want you to write in that answer. Because mostly ये होता है कि अगर आपको जवाब आता भी है, then mostly students are not familiar from the term they are giving in the question. So here we have glossary for the terms which they usually used in paper to check your learning outcomes or in your assessment, right? So that means your final papers. So if there is a question like define, and if any of the question is starting from define this or this, that means they exactly want you to write the pet wording or statement or definition, right? And if that definition have certain type of equation or symbol, then that means you have to write it. Nothing else is required there. Definition, equation, and if there is any symbol required here, that is the requirement. If they have the question starting from what is meant by, for example, what is meant by Lee-Chatelier principle, or what is meant by work, the distance graph, or time distance time graph, or any of the other this type of question, that means that you are starting from the definition, and you have to give some of the relevant explanation to that, and that might be include your some of the sort of supplementary explanation, which includes equation. If there is any scientific term, then unit and all the related stuff. If the question is like, yeah, explain this, then that may be some sort of reasoning question or some sort of theory reference given to that question. Now it depends कि आपसे क्या explain करने को कहा गया है, right? For example, अगर आपसे question आता है कि explain करें water का जो behavior है, that is different from the other solvents, so आप अब that means कि आप उसको reason को explain करेंगे. That is how you explain its abnormal behavior somehow when it freezes. So this is the type of question mostly with the reasoning questions. State any law or any of the thing, that means you have a very concise answer you have to give, and there is no need to give the sporting argument or sporting explanation is not given here. And that can be obtained by a simple inspection method. You just need to explain it whatever that is given. There is no further explanation given here. If there is a question like list, if your question is starting from or they're demanding any list, that means they just need a simple points. There is no a sort of explanation is given here. किसी भी किस्म की explanation ज़रूरी नहीं है. Bullets में लिखा हुआ है, आप bullets में दें, आप points में दें, but nothing more than that. Describe means that you have to describe, you have to give detail all of the topics which are relevant, and if there is any particular experiment, any particular phenomena or example which is essential to explain that, then you have to give it as well. And if the diagram is there, then you have to draw the diagram as well. Discussion, if there is a question like discuss any of the thing, that means that you have to do it in a critical way. You have to switch your points in the way that they are seems to the other person that you have certain point of view of your own, which are you are adding in the answer, right? So if you have deduce or predict, that means you have to do certain type of logic or reason behind the question in which they are asking from deduction, deduce something or predict. That means you have to predict not just because of what your sixth sense is saying. No, you have to generate any of the logic here. If there is a logic, then you can deduce that thing, or you can predict that for example, if they are asking you that what happened, what do you think that which sort of uh, changes, or deduce the changes which can happen because of the carbon dioxide gas emission. So deduce according to the logic runs. Then suggest, if this word is the starting word of your question, अब ये दो different context में use हो सकता है. And एक तो ये है कि आप कोई इंग्लिश में क्वेश्चन आता है, सो दैट मीन्स कि आप अपने हिसाब से उसको सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप ये कहते हैं कि इफ़ देयर इज़ एनी करैक्टर गिवन टू यू, तो अगर ये करैक्टर इस तरह का बिहेवियर शो करे तो आप सजेस्ट करें कि क्या हो सकता है, या इसकी आउटकम किसी भी सिचुएशन में अगर इस करैक्टर का बिहेवियर ये था, अगर ये चेंज हो जाए तो क्या हो। सो उस हिसाब से आप खुद कर सकते हैं। Then calculate, usually it is in numerical questions. Measure means when the directly some sort of quantity is concerned, or if there is an instrument or any of the thing is there, mass using a balance or thermometer or anything, that case we use determine. Determine also implies when you are calculating something or measuring, substitute something in your equation, and you know deducing some other thing. So, for example, for ideal gas equation, you are calculating number of moles, relative molecular mass, or anything. Show, the word show, if that is using in the question, that means um, you have to show the results, and mostly you can show it in different derivation form, in equations form, or whole driving the equation. That is how you can use this word or understand by this word. And obviously the other statement with it is also very much essential. Estimate implies a reasoned order of magnitude, statement or calculation, quantity concerned. So that means here you are should make the simplifying assumptions. You can do the assumptions on your own way about any of the principle which is given. Estimate is more like you are deducing something, or you are estimating by your with your own way, but again you have to do it with logic. And then the sketch term, if the sketch term is there, that means you have to draw something, like if there is a graph or anything else, you have to draw it. And then again sketch when implied to diagrams, then means freehand drawing. Mostly whenever you're drawing your diagrams, even in your bio or any of the other science subject, then the more important thing is the labeling, whatever you are, the caption is there, and all the other stuff. When there is a question starting from compare word, that means you have to set the similarities and differences between the terms they are giving to you. So these are the different questions. They might start in that level. At that level they might start with this type of word. So this word implies certain type of answer. So this is how you can determine that, how you can express your knowledge, or which type of knowledge is important here to express.